Ooh, there we go. What is happening? Everyone, welcome back to the channel. I put on my loud shirt today. I haven't worn this thing in a long time. I put on my loud shirt for you though, and I'm gonna try not to be so loud. Let me turn my headphones around. Today, if you don't mind, we are going to continue our album listen of Third by Soft Machine, released 1970. We're going to move on into the second track, the second side of the album. That is going to be Slightly All the Time. Whoa! I did not know the bottom was open right there. Let's just get this thing on the player real quick, because that could have not been cool. You know, that could have been I don't want to say disaster, but you know, it could have been a little something. It could not have gone. It could have gone a lot worse. Anyways, second side. Hope you enjoyed the first side. I enjoyed the first side. So we're going to move on to the next one. And I hope you guys are having a lovely day. Let's go ahead and put this, should we put this over here? Put this over here. By the way, I know you guys can't feel it, but this sleeve, it feels so like smooth. It's just nice. Anyways, let's go ahead and get this thing started before I start sounding weird and saying weird things. Hope you guys are having a wonderful day. As always, I sincerely appreciate you. Let me lower myself just a bit. We'll jam out. Love how the bass line keeps refining change. And the horn just continues to blow. Lights going off. If it's your first time here, let me give you a little bit of background on myself. One of the major genres that I grew up around was jazz. Miles Davis, Coltrane, Sonny Rollins, all these people. Okay? I know jazz. So why is it that 52 years later, for the first time, I'm hearing this obvious classic piece of jazz? Why is it for the first time 50 years later, we're listening to Slightly all the time? When all the time I've been slightly missing out. I'm saying this, yes, on a first listen, but also as someone that is decently versed in jazz. Why am I just now listening to one of the best tracks in the genre? Why is no one talking about Slightly all the time? Why is no one talking about Soft Machine, third, alongside Kinda Blue, Black Saint and the Sinner Lady, all of Coltrane's albums? Why is no one talking about it? Why is no one Slightly all the time? Legitimately, no memeing, one of the best jazz tracks I've ever heard. Easily. So quickly, without a doubt, I'm putting this on my playlist. I can't do it now because I don't have my phone on me. But so easily, this deserves a top spot in my jazz JP list. Like, are you kidding me? Everyone stood out in that track. God, everyone stood out in that track. Can I tell you, also thinking about the inside sleeve, I know it must have been after Slightly all the time that they're all laying around tired like this. That's after they put in some work. Look. They're tired. They said, and we're only halfway done. I don't know what to tell you except what I just did. Can we talk about every single member and what they did there? Absolutely, and we're going to. But if you don't mind, for a moment, I'm going to talk about Robert Wyatt. His drumming? I don't even know how to describe it. It's so powerful, so intricate. All the stops he is pulling out, and he's leaving nothing in the pocket. I mean, he's playing pocket, sure, but something to me that's fun about jazz drumming specifically is you can have a standard pedestrian rhythm to it because, you know, it's the improvisation. Of course, you're performing melodies and such on the beats and, you know, providing the rhythm. Yeah. But there's so much room for intricacy and detail work within the drumming of jazz itself, which is typically carried across with subtlety, like very small accents, very small fills. You know, like it's just very subtle in a lot of jazz. Not, of course, not all jazz, obviously. But what I love about Wyatt's drumming here is that you get all those intricacies that you would get in jazz. But then you have the power that you get in like rock. And I guess in a sense in fusion. You're getting all of these things in here. It's just as powerful as it is subtle. He really knows how to rein everything in, and in a sense, because the drummer controls the rhythm of everything, and in a sense the passion, the feeling of everything, to pull everyone else in with him, but then to also give freedom, give wings, and give levity for them to do their thing and then go all out. He brings it all. There's a fat beat on the back end of that as well. It's incredible. It's absolutely incredible. The saxophones and the horns. In the first part, it almost sounds like they're primarily and predominantly just laying on top of each other, just blowing the exact same notes at the exact same time. And then slowly they begin to diverge from one another before coming back on top. It produces a really interesting effect in the music. That's going to be Elton Dean. And then also you're going to have Jimmy Hastings here. So it's going to be Elton Dean and Jimmy Hastings who are playing bass clarinet, Jimmy Hastings. It's them both. The way that they're playing is just so, I don't know, it's so mesmerizing to me. The very hypnotic section, I don't know what minute or time it's on there, obviously. I couldn't even tell you. But there's a section in there where it's just this very hypnotic melody and a rhythm that's continuously playing over and over and over, specifically from the drums and the bass and the keys. And then slowly, once again, out of that sameness, out of that plateau, mountains begin to rise with the horns, or the keys begin to change their shape and change their form just a little bit. So it's this really cool, like, hypnotic passage that, honestly, like, I was just caught in the drift. I'm lost. And then with those small changes, the way that these planes slowly elevate into these gorgeous horizons of melody and horn is just, the way it gives way to it is like a beautiful sunrise. Slowly the light begins to appear over the land and shine light on the land. That's going to be Mike Ratledge, who's taking care of the organ, the piano. I'm really loving his feel in here. I'm loving his tone in here. The sharp little chords that he's playing while everyone else begins to dance around him sets this kind of fire to, almost said the rain, it's this kind of fire to the band. It's almost like he provides the embers from which the fires will eventually burn, and burn incredibly brightly. Can I tell you another thing? I really badly, I'm not going to right now, but I almost just started it over because I wanted to hear it again while we were talking. But I'm going to enjoy that on my off time. I'm going to enjoy that very soon. I think this is an incredible track. Legitimately, I know we're only halfway through, right? This set a standard so high for the rest of the album. Like, Facelift was a good introduction, but Slightly All the Time is... Listen, I'm hoping the next two songs reach this height, but I'm just saying, Slightly All the Time really hit a certain peak that... Listen, even if it just glances at the cliff, we're still hitting some high quality stuff. But this just set a really high standard. Now I'm just reading off of Wikipedia. It says that Slightly All the Time is a medley of 4 different instrumental pieces, including Ratledge's Backwards and Hopper's Noisette. I guess these were pieces that they had each individually composed. Backwards later appeared on fellow Canterbury Scene band Caravan's 1973 album For Girls Who Grow Plump in the Night as part of the A Hunting We Shall Go medley. Okay. Well, hold on. It's I think it's over here. Maybe, there you go. See? I know where I put my records most of the time. You mean that one? You mean that one right there? This is the album we're talking about? This is what we're talking about? I'm probably not going to recognize it. First listens and all, but still. That's really cool. It also shows kind of what I said before, like when we first started listening to Caravan and exploring the Canterbury Scene a little bit. Not only do the members involve themselves in so many different projects and bands between themselves, but even just reading that, the ideas and the music follows them as they go into these different bands and these different ventures. Like how they took, pieces of other things and brought it in here, how they take pieces of this and take it to, of course, another album. I just think that that's really cool, the way they do that. It's like these little signs of respect. It's like little musical cameos, We're getting like little Stan Lee cameos in the music. But this, I sincerely think this is one of the best jazz songs I've heard. Period. Yeah, I'm not afraid to say it. Who is? Hey, let me know what you guys thought of Slightly All the Time. Hope that you enjoyed the music. Seriously, hope you enjoyed the music. Hope you enjoyed myself as well. Of course, you're more than welcome to follow me on Twitter. If you'd like, you can help support myself and the channel and keep it going with more videos, etc., on Patreon. Leave your comments below. I hope that you enjoyed the music on this one. Thank you so much for being here. I hope that you're here more than Slightly All the Time. And I'll see you guys later. Bye.